the uncertainty can be exciting for people. That's why people go to Vegas, because they're kind of gambling on it. So people love to compete. They love to do a drawing. They love to see if they're going to win. Sometimes they're more excited about winning than actually getting what it is that they're going to win. So nothing wrong with doing that to get the excitement going. Make sure that they know what's going on. In other words, you got to repeat the warnings. If there's a limited supply or time limits or a competition or drawings, you can't just let them know once sheepishly, just, oh, hey, by the way, only have 10. You got to tell them like 3 or 4 times, because people don't read every word of your emails. They don't read every blog post. They may not see that the first time. So you got to tell them, and then tell them again. And then finally, this is just a great attitude to have in order to increase conversion and get people a little bit under pressure to get your stuff, which is called be unavailable, be reluctant. Now, I know this totally goes against what you'd probably expect you should do as a good coach, service person, or business owner. You'd expect, well, gosh, if people call me, I should always call them back immediately. Emails, I got to return them within 10 minutes. Make sure that I'm always available. Make sure that I'm really responsive, and then I'm going to get a lot of sales, and everybody's going to want to work with me. Well, it's actually many times in many markets, not always, but many times, it's the opposite. The more available you are, the less interested people are. It's just weird like that. When you're always available, people kind of get a sense that maybe they're hungry, maybe they're really not that good because they're always like running around trying to talk to me. You want to give them a sense that people used to call it the velvet rope philosophy. So, for instance, when there's a club that everybody wants to get into, there's a little velvet rope outside the club. And people have to go inside the velvet rope, and they got to get on the waiting list, and there's a line for people waiting to get in. There's a sense that it's like, well, maybe I won't get in. I can't just run into that club. I've got to kind of wait outside and see if they're going to have enough slots available. So being a little unavailable, being a little reluctant to offer what you're offering helps people to value it. It helps people to be like, hey, this must be valuable because this person doesn't even want to give it to me. Even if it's a little fake, it's like that's okay. You're helping your client to get excited about what it is that you're excited to give to them. Don't be too excited on your end. It's kind of like being a good poker player, basically. You got to do a little bit of that so you can offer the value. So we're going to now move on from increasing conversion to increasing frequency of offers. This is the third key to get more customers online. So how do you do it? How do you increase frequency of offer? Now, what is that exactly? All frequency of offer is, again, is how many different offers you're offering to people and how frequently you're offering those offers. So what does ABC mean? ABC means always be campaigning. I got that from Brendan Burchard, great internet marketer, and he's not like ABC used to mean always be closing. It was old sales philosophy, like you're always going for the sale, you're always trying to get somebody to buy, right? Well, nowadays people that turns their stomach a little bit. People get nauseated when they realize that you're always trying to sell them something. So instead, be campaigning. Campaigning's a lot more fun, and people are a lot more excited about it, and it's not so pushy. Campaigning just means that you're always sending an email out, you're always tweeting, you're always opening up a new offer, a new program. There's always something cool that you're pulling out there, and you're offering to people. That's all it means. So always be campaigning. You just always want to have something that's out there that you're about to offer. My favorite personally is online launches. That's just another form of campaign. A launch is basically just like if Dave Matthews was coming to town, like the band, right? Dave Matthews Band, fairly popular band. When they come to town, they don't just show up in town one day and say, okay, tickets, we're about to play. It's like months and months ahead of time. Ticketmaster is sending out, email drops. They've got a website up. They've got all the radio stations are announcing, hey, Dave Matthews is coming to town, blah, blah, blah. The tickets are about to open up like a week from now. They do launches. That's a campaign. It's exciting. It's interesting, and it's a launch form. So they're not trying to push you to buy it. Somebody doesn't call you and say, hey, you got to buy these tickets because it's going to be really great. It's just the disc jockey at the local station saying, hey, they're going to be playing at this point, and the tickets are going on sale at this point. just want to let you know. That's a really neat way to have people excited about what you're offering. Use a sales team. You can hire salespeople. Nowadays especially, there's less people employed. The people that are in sales they're having the hardest time, actually, many of them in many industries. So they're looking for something to sell. Have them sell your stuff. Give them a nice big commission. And have them contact your people. There's nothing wrong with doing that. I've definitely done that in the past. Create new products, new services, and new programs. Always be creating something new. This is probably the most fun part of marketing for me, is creating the stuff, because I'm excited and obsessed about that, not the marketing part. But whatever it is, if you create the next best thing, that's a great way to increase your frequency of offers. Sell other people's stuff. If there's something else that somebody else created that you think would be valuable for your audience or your followers, well, sell that. You can get a commission on that. You could be the salesperson on that end, and you don't have to create anything on that end. Make sure everything you offer is valuable. This is the most important key, because a lot of the problem that comes up with increasing frequency of offer, always out there marketing, is that people think, well, I'm being overly promotive, or I'm chasing down my audience, and they're like, oh, could you just stop selling me for 1 minute? Look, people want you to sell them stuff. They want to buy your stuff if it's good, if it's cool. If it's not cool, then they want you to go away. So just make sure that every single launch you do, every time you go out there and you offer something to your market, that it's like the coolest thing in the world. As long as you make sure that it's valuable, then you're not going to have that kind of problem with your list or with your followers or with your database. Hide offers in content. That means if you do a blog post, maybe there's an offer in there. If you do a video, maybe there's an offer in there, right? So hide your offers in your content. It's a great way to help people and make money yourself at the same time. It's a great way to convert. Now let's move on to the second area, how to make more money per sale. And we talked about getting more customers now, or increasing the number of people that buy your stuff. Now let's talk about, okay, when they buy, how do you actually, bring in more money every time somebody buys, specifically online. So here are the 5 keys to making more money per sale online. First of all, charge more. And again, that's one of those duh type of things. Just raise your price. Most people are not charging enough, especially coaches, because they really want to be nice. They really want to help people, and one way to help people is help them keep more of their money, right? So just remember that you don't help people get rich by being poor. And you don't help people that are poor by being poor yourself. You've got to transform the money part of your mindset in order to charge more. And when you do that and you charge more, you can also help more people monetarily. So don't be afraid to charge what you're really worth, and charge plenty, and probably increase your prices at least by 20 to 50% right now is probably a good place to start. By the way, people will value your stuff more when you charge more. And when they value your stuff more, they're going to use it more and they'll get more results. So especially in the world of coaching, the more you charge, the more value you're actually giving. Why? It's just part of psychology. People value things more and get more from things that they, actually spend a little bit more money on. Okay, let's take a break here. I'd like to invite you to go to coachestrainingblog.com, and once you put in your name and email address, you'll be taken to the blog where you can watch the rest of this video. And if you're interested in growing your coaching business and learning the specific plans on how I grew my business to over $30,000 a month, I know you'll want to watch the other free videos. And as you can imagine, there are a lot of other techniques we use beyond this one, and the other videos contain some of the higher level principles that will allow you to impact globally as a highly paid coach. You'll also be notified as I post new additions to our free digital video training library, along with case studies of coaches who went through our coaches training no more than a year ago and are now making $128,000 per year and beyond using our coaching quick start system. So again, simply go to coachestrainingblog.com and opt in to see the conclusion of this video. I'll talk to you again soon. Please share this with others, or even rate this video if you liked it. Even if you didn't, please share any questions you have in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think.